everyone, Kathy here from Gold Coin. So it's been about 2 years that I have been coaching, and I used to do a lot more YouTube videos, but now that I'm on TikTok and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, I didn't do as many, but I'm back today. And what I want to talk about is some of the things that I've learned of coaching. So I am a person who I didn't set out to be a coach, but it just comes really naturally to me to want to help other people with the success that I've had. And so, quick overview, if you're part of this channel, you probably have heard me say it before, but I've lost 200 pounds. I've started off with VSG sleeve weight loss surgery in 2016. So it's been about 6 years. Yay! 6 years this April. And about 90 to 100 pounds in, I started regaining my weight. I thought I was a total failure, and I was just really upset. And then I said, no, you know what? I'm not a quitter. I'm not no punk. I'm gonna figure this out. I began to look into my past and really just find out what the habits and the patterns were, because surgery helps, and I'm so grateful for it. And I know at first I was like embarrassed and kind of like ashamed, like, wow, I let myself go and now I have to have surgery to help me, but I'm not any longer. And I think that people have to realize that, you know what, if it's a tool that can help you, and it's not magic, you can regain your weight, you can go back to your previous, weight. So you have to work it, you really have to put effort in. And after a year of and then I lost about 100, and I just kind of, I didn't change my habits and patterns. And so I had to really dig deep and go into my past and look at the way that I ate and the things that triggered me. And I found out that everything triggered me, right? If I was happy, I ate. If I was sad, I ate. If I was angry, I would eat, whatever. So I hired a coach to teach me how to work out. I knew how to go to the gym. I knew how to do cardio, but I had never lifted a dumbbell ever. So that has really been a big component. Then I went on to lose another 100 pounds, almost 100 pounds. So in total, I went from 350 to 150. Hallelujah. Thank God. But it took a lot. It took a lot from me. Past what surgery could do, past what, any just Googling the exercises and going to the gym. And I had to change everything. I changed the way I talked, the way I thought, my mindset, my attitude. I'm a Mexican, not a Mexican. I began to develop heart, mind, and body harmony. And that's what you think, what you say, and what you do. They're all in harmony. They're synced up. Right? You don't have one spoke missing so that you just burn out and crash. And that's what happens to a lot of people. So I started getting all these DMs from people like, hey, how did you lose weight? And, at first I didn't tell people I had weight loss surgery. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm not embarrassed of this. I needed this. It helped me a lot. I had weight loss surgery, and then I would tell them, and now I work out, and I studied nutrition, and I learned how to put a menu together and eat differently. And so people were like, well, can you help me? So I started coaching. And then the pandemic hit, and I couldn't go to the gym anymore, so then I had to work out at home. And what I realized was, working out at home, I'm thinking I'm just lifting this 10, 15, 20 pound dumbbells, but I'm also lifting my body weight. My body composition changed dramatically. Now, after a 200 pound weight loss, I'm telling you my story like really fast, trying to get it under 5 minutes, is I had a lot of excess skin. And no matter how much I would work out, and I went to like about 15 consultations, 10 to 15 plastic surgeons. And I remember one plastic surgeon, he said, look, if you don't have surgery with me, that's fine, but you need to have surgery because you've lost so much weight, and depending on genetics, depending on how long you were overweight. So I was like 200 pounds over my body weight for almost 15 years. So like my skin, people would tell me, well, girl, just tone it up, and girl, you tone it up. I worked out like seriously, and I still do. It's like, there was no toning up this skin. And muscles did help fill it out a little bit. Long story short, again, I had excess skin removal, and I have another round that I need to do, because the first round was basically reconstructing me. And I'm so grateful for my doctor, and I really did a lot of research, and I do offer that. I'm going to explain that later as well, because that's not something you want to take lightly and you just want to go and do and pick anybody just because you see a picture of a before and after. You know, there's a lot of, I'm sure you've heard the stories, it's been on the news, you know, and you got to do your research. That's like a number one, and having someone to help you is a really good thing too. So here we are now. You know, this is 2022 and July. I'm 1 year actually out from plastic surgery, my first round, and reconstructive, you know, excess skin removal. And it's been a journey. Let me tell you, it has been wild. But what I really wanted to talk about, you know, for those of you who don't know anything about me, I wanted to kind of share my story really quickly, and I did it under 5 minutes. I'm very proud of myself. So, you know, my name's Kat, and God just told me one day, gold coin. And I'm the kind of person that if God tells me something, I'm just going to go with it. I don't need a lot of explanation. I don't need, you know, 5 signs from heaven and 3 people, you know, to tell me. I just do it. And so I said, okay, gold coin. Gold coin. This is what I'm going to call this, and I'm going to help whoever, you know, needs it and whoever wants to. So 3 things, I'm going to slow it down a little bit. 3 things that I've learned over the last 2 years of coaching people. Number 1, people do what they want to do, right? And so I learned that most people, you know, they really don't want to be told what to do. They really don't want to be held accountable. And that's okay, because I didn't either. And I totally understand that. But you know what people really want is they want to be encouraged, and they want somebody to believe in them, because somewhere along the way they stop believing in themselves. And it's like, you know, you get into this routine of life and you're unhappy with certain things. Maybe you're unhappy with your weight. Maybe you're unhappy with, you know, your career, your job. But you get in this routine and you're doing it and you're doing it and you're surviving it. And it's like that just becomes your normal. And you want to change, and you talk about it, and you see it, and you visualize it, and you might write it down. But, you know, it's like where I come in as a coach is I kind of give you that little gentle push and maybe a little harder push. And I'm the one that you can talk to and reason with and get it out and realize that, yes, you can do it. You know, and so when I say that people do what they want to do, it's like, you know, that's something that people who do want to do. They do want to exercise, they do want to eat right, but it's like you get so stuck, and sometimes you need somebody to help you get out of being stuck, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that. We need each other, right? We need people. Yes, it helps me in my living, it you know, provides for me, but I provide a great service as well. Number 2 thing that I learned is that people sometimes always think that they know better. It's almost like I had a coach for a while, and I really admired her, and I looked up to her. She also had weight loss surgery. She had plastic surgery way before me. I waited 5 years before I did. You know, I wanted my weight to be stable, and I wanted to get down as low as I could and make sure that I could maintain it so I don't ruin my results. And but when you see somebody and you admire them and you see what they do, and then they tell you, okay, this is how you like what you see, so this is how you do it. And then you got the person who will say, well, I don't want to do that, or I don't agree with that, or oh, I don't believe in that. Well, look, honey, you want something, right? So in order for you to get what you want, and you have somebody who's been successful long term, like longer than 3 months, longer than 9 months, we're talking like years, right, of maintaining weight loss and attaining health, then they do know what they're talking about. Now, not every method or you know, fits everybody. Yes, there's different ways you can go to get it, but it all comes down to the same thing. It really does. It all comes down to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. There's many ways to get there, but you know, you have to know that when you hire a coach or you're with somebody, you know, they're not just telling you stuff to tell you. They're not just like, I want to spin my wheels with you. No, you know, and sometimes it's hard for people who may think, like, hey, I know a little bit of stuff too. Well, I believe most people already know what to do. They just, have to like get into a different routine, a different pattern, a different habits, and it can get real easy to look at the person who's trying to help you and be critical of them and be like, oh, well, I don't think that, and but no, this really works. And then when people realize that they have to put the work in, it's like, it's just like me. I admired my coach and I loved how she looked and I loved her attitude, and I seen that she was like attaining a health level that I was aspiring to, but I had to do the things that she did to get there. Maybe some of the methods were a little bit different, but all in all, it was the same. So number one, I said, people do what they want to do. So it's like you can't force anybody. But I've realized that it's better just to encourage and support. Number two, people actually, think that they know, and they do. And that's something that I've learned also. It's just doing it, right? So the third thing that I've learned is that, we're all on this planet together. And, I think it's such a privilege to be able for somebody to come to me and say, hey, can you help me with my weight loss? I see that you've lost a lot of weight. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're qualified to help people to lose weight. But if you can and you're willing, then you should. And it doesn't matter who considers you certifiable coach. It doesn't matter who thinks you're full of it. It doesn't matter who thinks this, that, or another. If you can help somebody, then do it. And that's something that I really don't take lightly. I think it's a privilege. I love when people ask me. I love it that they're like, wow, that's really amazing, because it really is. To change your lifestyle and to continue it is like, it's second to none. And, so I've decided after all these years to really bring down some of actually I wouldn't say bring it down, but I'm going to adjust the plans that I have, because what I've noticed is that if I start with somebody and I find out what they need and I find out what they know how to do, encouraging them to do that usually works a lot better than trying to always have them do the methods that I do, because I'm pretty strict on myself and I'm pretty disciplined, and I have a routine that I love to do. And not everybody can mold into that. So finding a more custom plan of weight loss and health for a person is really my goal going forward with goldcoin145 and .com. That's my website. And so the 14K plan that you'll see when you go there and you'll subscribe to that, it's very affordable. And that first 30 days is what we do is we just look at what you already know how to do. You can be like me, like, all I know how to do is eat food. You know what I mean? I didn't know anything else. But a lot of people have already been part of exercise programs. They've taken nutritional classes. They know the different foods to eat. They're just not doing it. So it's really more customized. And then after that, then we can go on to the different things that maybe you need. Not everybody fits in every, square, right? So that's pretty much what I really wanted to announce with Gold Coin. And then, believe it or not, most people in all my videos and my DMs, they're always asking me about fashion. So I really had to change everything. I'm telling you, from the inside out. I changed the way I dressed. I changed everything, because I could not see myself as the same person. The same person, no. So I also will help you with that if you need that. And then also, like I said before, I've had vertical sleeve surgery, and that takes preparation, and so does plastic surgery. And I've had major body reconstruction, excessive skin removal done, my one round. So I know a lot about it. So I also help with that. So I want to offer those new services to those of you who are considering. There's a lot of things to consider when it comes to that. I'm telling you, it's not just about you know, you see these girls and they just look fantastic, but they went through a lot to get there. If they didn't, you know, a lot of people already have a good base, is what they call it, you know, and then some people were like me. I lost 200 pounds and I just was like some bones and skin, you know? And so my doctor, I really had to get the right plastic surgeon and the right, I mean, I'm not going to tell you who to go with, but I can point you in a lot of directions to help you make that decision, because there's a lot of things that you got to consider. There's a lot of planning and effort that would be beneficial to you to do. So if you're interested in that, I also offer that. So, you know, and I also want to leave you with a number one key to weight loss. And you're going to think this is funny. And I was walking, because I started walking, right? I started walking. I do my strength training in the mornings typically, before I go to work or before I start my errands for the day, depending. And then I started walking in the evening, maybe 2 miles or so, just to get in some more movement, because in my part-time job, I do a lot of editing, so I'm sitting down. So I was like, I need to get up, you know? And so this is how you do it, okay? Pay attention now. This is how you lose weight. And this is also how you reach a goal. Okay, drum roll please. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you listening? Are you writing this down? Are you taking a snapshot? Do something, okay? Because this is life-changing. If you brush your teeth, then you can lose weight. I said it. I said it. I said it. If you brush your teeth, you can lose weight. Okay. Yeah. If you want to know more, DM me, check out my website, but I will tell you this. Brushing your teeth is a small thing that is done every day. And in order to lose weight, it's a bunch of small things that are done consistently. That's all it is. It's not some big, huge thing. It's not getting a membership at a gym, even though that can help. It's not going and buying the most expensive workout gear, even though you look good. It's not, I gotta get these certain shoes, you know, for my, even though they'll make you comfortable. It's not about, I gotta go to the organic store and get the organic food, even though that's better for you. It's doing a small thing every day. And that small thing every day adds up to your desired result. It's as simple as brushing your teeth. I think I made it more difficult than it really was. And I was harder on myself than I really needed to be. And I was impatient. And, you know, and when I finally realized, when I was walking on my little walk I do every day, it's like, hey, if I brush my teeth every day, right? It's just a little tiny thing that takes up a little bit of time in my day, but I do it consistently for hygiene health. And my weight loss was the exact same way. I just made adjustments and did little things every day consistently. And it added up to me losing weight. And keeping it off. Maintaining it. Because you can lose it. But what you want to do, which I didn't realize at the beginning either, was that you want to keep it off. You don't want to regain it. And that's where you have to change those habits and patterns. Those little things that you do every day that are resulting and manifesting in a bigger size, the little things that you do every day, if you adjust them and modify them, and sometimes get rid of some of them, change them, it's going to cause you to be healthier. Heart, mind, and body harmony. I'm Kathy Burgos. So check out my website. You know, I just shared about myself really quickly and 3 things that I've learned about people. And I'm just, once again, I want to say to all of the people that have entrusted me with, giving you advice and suggestions and encouraging you and being your coach over these last 2 years, so grateful for you. I feel so privileged. Who am I but just a simple person who decided that I wanted to invest in myself, and I wanted to love myself, and I wanted to be the best version. And I was tired of just posting, I'm gonna have self-care. I wanted that self-care to be real. I wanted it to be life lasting. I wanted it to make an impact in my personal life and all those people around me. And I'm on my way. So if you want to join me, you're more than welcome. Hear my story, read my story, see my before and afters. You really don't want to, but trust me, you don't want to. But I love that woman that I was. Even at 350 pounds, I used to not like her, but I love her because she's the one who had the courage. She's the one who said, you know what? If I want to change, I'm going to start. Not one day, but today is going to be day one. Don't cheat on you. I told myself that. You know what? You've been cheating on yourself all these years, Kat. You've been giving yourself second best. You've been cheating on you, and it shows. Baby girl, don't cheat on yourself no more. No more. Don't be so hard on yourself, but recognize maturity. A lot of people are mature in all kinds of ways. And I was not mature in my emotions, and my emotions and my mental state was one of, I'm always going to be like this. And I began to mature and grow up. And that maturity caused me to take responsibility for my health. Whether I had surgery or I didn't, it doesn't matter. I decided to make a change. And I've continued it for 6 years going, and it's going to continue, So growing up is a big part of it. That's not something people like to hear, but, you can't take responsibility for something that you're not mature enough to even acknowledge is your doing. It's you. It's nobody else but you, I'm getting too deep here. I know. I'm getting deep. I'm getting real deep. And it's me. It's me. And when I realized that I had to take responsibility, and I had to get back up and stop cheating on me. I had to grow up and let somebody help me, and let somebody give me instruction, and let somebody encourage me. My husband was the only one in me. I had a couple friends who were like, okay, you go, girl. But it's like, I know how hard it is to be by yourself. And that's why I offer Gold Coin 145 subscription plans. So, enough of this, and I will see you on the other side. I've always wanted to say that, but just kidding. Find me on TikTok. Let me tell you, I like TikTok because all you have to do is videos. You don't have to do all this stuff. But find me on TikTok, Gold Coin 145. This is Kathy Gonzalez Burgos. See you soon.